Right, hi everybody, Chris 2E0UKH, and I'm just going to show you how I got my code plug from my 878 into my 578. First of all, you need to make a folder to put the files in. So right mouse click, new folder. So that's put it there, and it's called new folder 4. And I'm going to go into my 878 software, and my code plug has already loaded because it remembers your last code plug. If it doesn't, click File, Open, and browse it to your code plug. So I've got the code plug up. I'm going to go to Tools, Export, and I'm going to export all these components on the left. There's a lot of them. I'm going to export all of those using the Export All option at the top. And I'm going to put them on the desktop in that folder that I've just made, new folder 4. And I'm going to give it a name. We'll call it 878 version 1. Sorry, 578. So 578 version 1. Click Save. Confirm that I want to export all. And it doesn't actually happen until you click Export, and it takes a little while. So I've clicked on Export, and it's exported all those components of my 878 code plug into that folder. So I can close this software now. And now in my new folder 4, I've got a ton of CSV files. So that's worked. I'm now going to load my 578 software. And I'm going to import all those things back in. And it will overwrite anything that's in here. That's a good point actually. I'm not sure if it will overwrite it. Let's just make a brand new code plug. So I've got a brand new code plug, and I'm going to import all of those files. So import at the top. And it's in new folder 4, and it puts a nice list file here so you don't have to click on 19 different files. That gives it the location of the files and their names. So I've imported that file, and it's going across. It doesn't matter. So import complete. So that now looks like my code plug, and I'm going to write that to the radio, but before I do, I'm going to put my user database in it. This is my user database here. So Tools, Import, Digital Contacts List, and I'm going to point it to my desktop and the user AT file. So that's telling it where it is, and if I click import, it goes across. So the DMR database is going across to the software for my 578. But when you do this, going from such a different radio with different settings, the settings don't remain. So before I write it to the radio, I'm going to go through my settings very carefully, and you can see how I set mine up. Press wait for the prompt import complete. So that's gone. So everything's ready apart from the settings. So first of all, I'm going to put talk alias on. That's in digital. At the bottom, make this full screen. So talk alias at the bottom. Turn talk alias on, and I want it to look for contacts first from the database, and then if it can't find any, it will use talk alias. ISO 8, that's the preferred standard. Optional settings. So I'm just going to whiz through these. Power on. So I'm not going to bother with a message. I'm happy with that how it is. Nothing to alter in Bluetooth. Alert tone. I don't want to be disturbed by anything with noises, and every time someone keys up I don't want it to beep, so they're all off. STE display. So this is an important one, so I'll have the brightness on the display fairly high. Not bothered about the colours now, so I'm trying to be quick. Menu exit time, I'll have that on maximum so I can have a think about what to put in the settings. Don't bother about the time. Last caller, put that on. Call sign mode, call sign based. Call end prompt box, that's definitely got to be off. That's a pain in the rear end. Comes up with a square on the screen every time someone keys up if you have that on. Actual channel number. Display the current contact. Not going to bother with the colours. Standard background picture. That's display. FM, GPS. GPS is off. Power saving is off. VFO, that's for doing search bands. Key functions, I'll do them later. Auto repeater, haven't tried that yet. Other. So all of that looks okay. Squelch level, might as well have them both on 1. Volume, maximum volume, I'll have it fairly low because I'm in a flat, I don't want to disturb everyone. Mic gain, I'll put that on 5. Not bothered about enhanced sound, that doesn't do much. Hold time. I have the bottom 2 hold times on infinite. This is for manual dial. When you manual dial into a talk group or to a private call, this is how long it stays connected for. So you don't want to connect to something and then they've gone. And these 2 I'll set to 10 seconds. These are more for channels that you've set. But you'll still be on the channel. It just means the digital hold is not maintained. If it's maintained, it will be light blue. If it goes off, it's dark blue. So just going through these, digital monitor off. So I'm happy with all these, and got an email there. That's Roger Slutz. The guy's a radio genius, but he's got a hell of a lot to learn. He likes messaging me. Right, and I like his accent. I just like speaking to him. Right, that's all done. I'll click OK. That's the settings done. The codeplug, the DMR database, and all my settings. And I've got the wire in the radio on the left hand side, and I'm just going to send that off to the radio. Check the COM port's still correct. send it to the radio, and I've got to tick both of these things. Then the code plug goes across, that's the bottom one, and the top one is the digital contact list, you know, the DMR database. Now sometimes when I click right, my screen capturing software goes off. So let's see if I'm going to click OK, and I'll tell you what I can see if it goes off. So luckily it's the desktop is still on, so I'll fast forward this a bit. Right, so it's copying the data to the radio, and incidentally, if in your code plug you have something which might not work, if you have something in the, let's say these 578s, they're not opened up, you can't transmit out of band. If you've got channels you know, from your 878 or 868 that are not, that you could transmit on the previous radio, but you can't on the new radio, it might be an idea to remove them, because that can cause problems. You might get conflicts. So it's gone across, the radio's come on, I'm on USA nationwide. Let me just key up once, check I'm connected, and see if I get any contacts come up on the screen. I have a little contact actually, see if there's anyone.